To find research articles for the research you are doing, whether it is for an essay assignment, research paper, thesis, or another academic project, you need to focus on a few important criteria. First, the article should be open access, so you can access the full text and download the PDF. It should also be peer-reviewed and published in a reputable academic journal. Also, these days, many assignment instructions require students to use research articles published within the last 5 years. However, finding very recent articles that are also open access can be difficult, so, in this video, I will show you a few methods you can use to find recent, relevant, peer-reviewed, and open access research articles and download the PDF. Start with your research topic. Before searching for articles, identify the main concepts in your research topic. For example, suppose research topic is factors associated with hospital readmission among adults with heart failure. The main concepts are factors associated with hospital readmission, adults with heart failure. These concepts will become your search keywords. Create search keywords. Now create different keywords and synonyms for each concept. For hospital readmission, you could search hospital readmission, hospital rehospitalization, or 30-day readmission. For heart failure, you could use heart failure, congestive heart failure, or heart failure patients. For adults, you could use adults, adult patients, or older adults. For factors, you could use risk factors, predictors, associated factors, or determinants. This gives you different search combinations. For example, you could search heart failure and hospital readmission and risk factors. You can also try heart failure patients and 30-day readmission and predictors. Using different combinations can help you find more relevant research articles. Use Google. I will use Google first to search for articles. From my experience, using Google first gives me the most relatable articles. Then, you can go to Google Scholar if you do not find any relevant articles here or if you want more articles. So, I searched heart failure and hospital readmission and risk factors with Google Scholar 2023. This is one benefit of using keywords. Here, you can see terms like risk factors, hospital readmission, and older adults. This means these articles can be related to my research topic, which is factors associated with hospital readmission of heart failure patients. So, let's open one article. Read the abstract. The first thing to focus on is the abstract. While reading the abstract, focus on 4 things. What was the purpose of the study? Who participated in the study? What methods did the researchers use? What were the main findings? If the abstract answers these questions and the answers relate to your research question or topic, you can consider using the article. For example, the purpose here is to identify and assess the significance of risk factors associated with the readmission of heart failure patients within 90 days. The participants are adults. The findings show that shortness of breath, or SOB, was the most common reason for readmission, accounting for 80% of cases. So, I can see that this article is related to my research topic. Check the quality of the article. The publication date is 2023, so it fits the 5-year requirement. Next, check the authors' backgrounds. Here, all the authors have backgrounds related to a university faculty of medicine or university hospital. So, I can confirm that the article is written by authors with relevant backgrounds. Also, check whether the article is peer-reviewed. For this, go to the journal homepage. You can often see that the journal is peer-reviewed. If you do not see this information, simply search for the journal on Google and check whether it is peer-reviewed or not. You can also read the full article to double-check its relevance. Look at the introduction to understand the research problem. Check the methods section to understand how the study was conducted. Then, review the results and discussion to identify the important findings. Use ChatGPT to read the article. One simple method for reading the full article is to use ChatGPT. Copy the full article text first, and then ask ChatGPT whether it is related to your research question or topic. First, put your topic, and then provide the article. You can see that ChatGPT says, it is actually a strong match. The article directly identifies and examines several factors associated with heart failure readmission. If you want to read the article in a short time, you can use a prompt such as, summarize this article's research problem, methods, and results. Do not add your own perspectives. In a few seconds, ChatGPT can extract the details you need. you may not need to read the entire methodology section. Here, I can see that it is a retrospective cohort study that involved 1,592 adult patients, and the data were analyzed using SPSS version 21.0. Similarly, you can use the same method to read and understand the results section. Use the reference list. Also, check the reference list. This step is extremely useful because one relevant article can lead you to many other articles. This is called backward citation searching. It means looking at the references cited by a useful article. For example, this article is related to my research topic. The prevalence of hospital readmission is also related, so I can see several articles that may be useful for my research. Just within the first 10 references, I have found more than 8 references that are related. First, I found one useful article. Then, I found more articles in the reference list of that useful article. Find the PDF of a relevant article. Let's open another article here. From the abstract, I can see that it is related to my topic. However, it is not open access, so, copy the article title and search it on Google. For example, factors associated with hospital readmission of heart failure patients PDF. Make sure to add PDF to your search. In this way, there is a good chance of finding an open access version of the article. I have tried this method many times, and it can help you find the PDF through another database or source. Here, I can see that the authors and other article details match, so this is the same article. Save your articles. After finding these articles, it is also important to save them in one place. That is why I always use MyBib for this. Simply copy the DOI of the article, search for it here, and save the reference. This is very helpful when you are writing a research paper or literature review because you can first search for all your articles and then save them here. This way, you do not have to worry about losing your articles or searching for them again. You can also download your references from here. Use forward citation searching. Another method for finding articles is forward citation searching. For this, go to Google Scholar. Forward citation searching means finding newer research articles that have cited an article you already found. For example, here you can see the Cited By option in Google Scholar. You can use this option to find newer articles that have referenced the article. These newer articles can contain more recent findings related to your topic. For example, you found one article that you think is useful. Now, you can see other newer articles that have cited that article. Here, I can see keywords related to my topic, so I think several articles may be relevant. I can open an article and read the abstract to confirm. The benefit is that I do not need to search for articles from the beginning every time. I can use the Cited By option to find several related articles at once. I have tried one search combination and found several articles, so, let's search another combination that I made earlier, heart failure patients and 30-day readmission and predictors. Again, I can see several relevant keywords in the articles. Final search process. So, the process is simple. First, create keyword combinations from your research topic. Then, search using different combinations. Focus on finding relevant articles through backward citation and forward citation. Check the abstract, publication date, authors, journal, peer review status, and full text. If an article is relevant but not open access, search the article title with PDF to find an available version. Continue this process until you find enough relevant articles. Finally, use MyBib to save and organize your references. This approach can help you find relevant research articles more efficiently instead of relying on only one search.